4 of Art in Highland Isolation, and I thought I would accompany this painting with my one piece of music in the repertoire. This is by William Clayton, Bill Clayton from Nottingham. He died in 2002 sadly, but his speciality was as a trompe-l'oeil painter, literally trick of the eye, so everything was life-size and so clear that you could almost go and pick it up. He used to do large commissions for me when I showed regularly at the Open Golf Championship, and he would do lockers with books on a shelf and a bag of clubs, and people would come in and try to take a book off the shelf. He was so realistic. He died sadly of lead poisoning in the paint, which has afflicted artists through the years, and I think even Rembrandt succumbed to that. Bill Clayton, that's my last painting by him. You'll be wondering why I'm wearing a kilt today. The benefits of lockdown porridge and oatcakes, I can barely get into it actually. But we're going to pay homage to Joseph Farquharson, the colossus of the Scottish art scene, and he loved to wear a kilt. I thought he should be given due deference, so I've donned it today. We're going to be looking at Joseph Farquharson, as I say, Royal Academician. I'll give you the bare bones. He was born in 1846, died in 1935. He was allowed to use his paints only once a week until he was 12. He had rather a strict Victorian father. His father did give him a box of paints when he was 12, and he promptly painted a canvas which he presented to the Royal Scottish Academy, RSA, the year after when he was 13, which they accepted. So he obviously was a great prodigy. He then went, trained in Edinburgh, went to London and spent a few years in Paris under Carolus Duras. Peter Graham, that other great Scottish painter of landscapes, he was a family friend, and he took Farquharson under his wing and taught him for over a period of 12 years or so. Farquharson then came back to Fingen, which was the family estate. It still exists in Aberdeenshire, it's 15 miles up the road, and became the laird there. He was a fantastic painter of the northeast of Scotland. He understood the country. He had an integrity and an understanding that was much better than any other painter. For some reason, artists have not been able to quite catch the contours and the colours of this part of Scotland. But Farquharson, because he lived amongst it and loved beauty and loved painting what he saw, really appreciated it. He obviously is known for his snow scenes and landscapes. Christmas cards, everybody knows, has seen the sheep and the golden glow behind. But he was equally adept at painting landscapes like this, and in fact also went to Egypt on a number of visits and evoked the sunny atmosphere and the dazzling light of the marketplaces there fantastically well, and of course got his sheep into the marketplaces too. As he got older, he became more impressionistic and less pictorially precise. Sort of mood transcended the particulars. He was a wonderful artist at capturing the mood of the countryside here, and this has a wonderful glow. This is what marks his best paintings out, the golden glow that he suffused some of his canvases with. This is the Fuch, which runs through Fingen Estate, and you could almost smell the moss walking into the forest, and the silver birches, hear the river meandering through the forest. The way he's caught this sort of silvery, I don't know how to describe it, cocoon-like spidery effect that silver birches get in the autumn is just so accomplished, such wonderful paintmanship. I'm not sure there's a word paintmanship, but you've just heard it here first. But he was a wonderful artist. He's internationally known, one of the few Scottish artists that has a reputation outside these shores, and he's very much a local artist to us. Not only did he paint landscapes, but on the other side of the gallery here we have a painting of his own garden. We've had many Farquharsons through our hands, but we've never had a garden scene like this that shows the facade of Fingen House, which is where he lived. This is the rose garden with the bowers along the right. It still exists today, and it was the source of much inspiration for his painting. He loved to go out and sit on a high stool and paint the garden in all its seasons and all its colours, and this is a nice size. So he didn't have to go far to seek seek inspiration. Thank you again for joining me today. I'd just like to reiterate the offer I've got on the website of a certain percentage of paintings which will be donated to Alliance, which is one of Scotland's charities for social care workers. So do please have a look.